What's up, guys? Simply Coco here, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I didn't post yesterday. Sundays are my off days, quote unquote. So I just went ahead and didn't post anything and pre-recorded for today and tomorrow. So here we are with another part of New Leaf Apartments. So if this is your first episode, please go back and watch the others. New Leaf Apartments is just it's an apartment complex I built based kind of inspired off of the new eco lifestyle pack that's coming out. And I just made the building, and now I've just been filling the apartments or each apartment with a family. And today's family is a single dad and his son. So this is Jayce. This is Jayce Mallory, the dad that I'm working on right now. I actually got him off of the gallery. I saw someone. I follow I'm in a lot of Sims groups on Facebook, and so I saw someone post him or a photo of him, and then I found him on the gallery, or maybe I found him on the gallery. I don't know. But sorry for that long pause. But yeah, so if you made him, put it in the comments, and I'll shout you out in the next video or something. But yeah, he is from the gallery, and I just I didn't change anything. I don't even know if I changed his name. But obviously I just put him some different clothes on. So the traits that you see on the screen right now, those will eventually change. But I do make him a conservationalist. And I put him at the very top of the marine biology branch of the career. I forget what it's called, but he's like the very top. He's level 10 of his career. I'll get into more of what he does when I get to actually furnishing the apartment. But I would say he's very well known in not just the marine biology community, but just well known in general, because I would say he's pretty famous almost, for his, for what he does. But like I said, I'll get into more of that whenever I start furnishing their apartment. I guess I didn't change his traits. I don't know. But anyway, this is his son. I'll have to go back and look and see what the dad's traits are. But no, I don't know. I know he's materialistic. I know is one. I think I made him romantic, and I think I gave him the aspiration, whatever aspiration came with island living. I forget what it is. But this is his son, Taylor. Really, really cute, really handsome. I love this hair on him. He is gonna get into some trouble. Him and his dad don't get along at all. I actually made their relationship be like negative 75 or something like that. Completely in the red. But yeah, I'll just say right now, this outfit that I'm working on right now, this Moschino outfit with these Moschino boots, I would imagine he stole those Moschino items, or they're counterfeit Moschino items or something like that. So if that tells you, what he's going to be getting up to, then there you go. But I'll get into more about that when I start furnishing the apartment, because he's going to be really close to Sean Guy. So Sean Guy is the person I did in the last part 4. And he's basically really heavily inspired off of Joe from You, except obviously he's not a murderer, because we can't have murderers in The Sims. So he's a thief. He steals. He doesn't make an honest living. He steals things and then sells them, and that's how he gets his money. And I imagine that Taylor maybe wandered into Joe's room maybe him and, I mean, not Joe, Sean, maybe him and Sean got close, and Taylor was at his house and he wandered into Sean's room and saw all of his deviant things. And then Sean was like, well, I'm going to have to, he was basically going to ruin his life. But then they came to a understanding that Taylor would now come and work for him and help him out and stuff. And yeah, but now Taylor likes to do it, and he does it on his own too. He likes to steal. But yeah, these are his outfits, as you can see. And then I make him want to be deviant. I make him a dance. No, do I leave him as a dance machine? I do. I left him as a dance machine, and I gave him the mean trait. Why I gave him dance machine, I don't really know. Maybe, I think because I read the description and it says something about them being a party animal. Yeah, don't know why I gave him the dance machine trait, but he likes to dance, so that's cool. I should have given him the smart trait or the genius trait, and you'll see why in a second. Maybe he's actually a really smart, good kid, but, for reasons he's, acting out. And I believe one of those reasons is because his dad is never home. So you'll see when I go to furnish the dad's room, I give him a Murphy bed and everything, because the dad is barely ever home. He barely lives at home. And I imagine it's because he's always traveling for work. He's always in Sulani doing conservation work, or he's off doing a book tour for his latest book he released, or he's off doing a fan meet and greet, or he's doing a whole bunch of stuff, he's across the world in another country doing marine biology work. I would assume this right here, these are all his awards. I do end up changing what I put them on. I put them on the bookshelf that comes with the fitness stuff pack. But I imagine those are all his awards. Like maybe he has a Nobel Peace Prize or something. He's gotten awards for articles that he's published in different magazines, and that's why I have that like magazine thing above this, because I imagine those are like 2 issues that he's been published in or something. So he just has a whole lot of awards for doing different things as far as marine biology goes. He like I said, he releases articles, he publishes articles and books and just things like that. But he's, like I said, he's never home. And that's why Taylor kind of acts out or doesn't really like his dad, because he's never around. And being that he doesn't have a mom in his life, he really, really needs a father figure, and he doesn't really have one because the dad's never home. And when he is home, he's still focused on work. He always has ladies coming over because the dad is a young adult and not an adult. So I imagine he's a young adult with a teen son. So I imagine he had him pretty young. And maybe the dad was still like following his dreams and stuff, and the mom was around. Maybe the mom passed away, or maybe the mom just isn't around because the dad is a skis. Maybe he's a cheater. I don't know. But just the mom isn't around, and whether she's dead or just left, and Taylor, it's hard on him. Because not only does he not have a mom, but he doesn't have a dad really either. But yeah, you didn't see me furnish the kitchen because the kitchen is pretty much going to be the same in every single apartment besides the clutter that goes on them. The layout of this one is slightly different just because it's a 2-bedroom apartment and it had to be laid out differently. But if you watched me furnish Sean Guy's apartment, their kitchen is kind of the same as his, like how I have the tile floor and I didn't make it an open plan. I kind of closed it off and just put the archway. I did the same thing in Sean Guy's apartment. And then in Stephanie and Pia's apartment, their kitchen is just completely open to their living room, and there's no tile in the kitchen. It's just all the wood floor throughout. You'll see me pop up to their apartment a few times to get just to eyedrop some items that I was going to use down here too. At one point, I realized that I didn't put a sink in their apartment, so I'll go up and put one. I realized that whenever I was going to put one in this apartment. But now I'm just pulling things out of debug. There's these like octopus and like fish things in these jars that I just put in the dad's room. I put a few crystals around as if the dad found them as he was deep sea diving or something. And then I put that big like scuba diving object. I put that in the dad's room. I liked it a lot. I thought that was the perfect item for him. And as you can see, that I'm working on the dad's room now. So there's his like scuba gear over there. And then I'm putting a bed. And then as I'm scrolling through the beds, I get to the bottom and I see this Murphy bed. And I'm like, I like the colors on it. And then I was like thinking it kind of also makes sense, because if he's never home, then maybe he just has a Murphy bed in here because, you know, he uses the room basically to store things. Like whenever he finds something from diving, he'll come and put it in here. Like I just put a stone under that bookshelf, and I imagine like that's his like prized possession. Like that's his most, like that's the thing he's most famous for finding, or that's the thing he likes the most. Maybe it's Sean Guy's plan to try and steal that, and maybe that's why he became close with Taylor, the son, and maybe he makes Taylor steal it or something. But the dad does not like Sean Guy at all, because he can tell how close that Sean is getting with his son. So I made their relationship like -75 or -60 or something. It's pretty bad. But yeah, I imagine the dad would just have this Murphy bed because he's not here often. And when he is here, it's just to sleep or get down with a female that he brought home. If you know what I mean by get down, I'm sure you do. But yeah, now I'm just trying to find things to place around. I put those like octopus and things in those jars. I put those on top of the bed. I put these fish on the wall as if those are like the most rarest fish, and he found them. And then I put a treasure chest just to act like he recently found that as well. And then this is the son's room. This is Taylor's room. It's gonna change from this white, and I'm gonna make it completely black. I imagine with the dad being so rich, maybe he owns this apartment. I think you can actually like buy apartment units to where they like belong to you. I think you can do that. I'm not sure, but just for the storyline of this household, I imagine that the dad actually owns this apartment, and that's why they're able to kind of change it up a bit. That's why they have the hanging light in the living room, because otherwise that wouldn't be there. That's why the son was able to paint, so on and so forth, whatever. Excuse me. But I found that like picture of, would that be, that's not Jupiter, that's Saturn has the rings, I think. I found that picture in debug, and I wanted to really use it somewhere, so I'm putting it in the son's room, and then I'm pairing it with all these posters of space themed things. And I did that because I imagine the son would want to be an astronaut when he gets older. That's why I said I should have given him the genius trait, because he's actually pretty smart. And I know the pillow on that bed is pink and purple, but I imagined it being like a galaxy pillow. And then as you can see on that lamp that I put next to the bed, it has like Saturn and a moon on it or something. So I imagine he wants to be an astronaut when he gets older. I imagine that poster, that movie poster, is probably stolen. That stereo I put on his dresser is probably stolen. And then right here, I'm trying to find where to put some money, and I eventually just stack piles of money on his bedside table, and maybe that's just where he puts it. Like, he's not worried about his dad seeing it because his dad's never home, his dad's never in his room, you know, whatever. Or he just left it out from his latest, you know, escapades of stealing. But as you can see, I did pop a guitar in his room because I just assumed, I don't know, he would be into that. I don't know. I felt like he would be good at it. Now I'm just cluttering up their kitchen. As I'm kind of finishing up, furnishing and cluttering up, I'll just finish like their storyline or whatever. So Taylor, the son, like I said, I imagine is really close with Joe. So close that I feel like things could get romantic with them at points. Not in the I'm falling in love with you kind of way, but just like a messing around kind of way. Because, you know, Taylor's, not to like stereotype anything, this is just strictly my storyline, but, you know, Taylor not really having a father figure, he's always like longed for that. And when Joe kind of, not Joe, when Sean kind of gave him that, it kind of made him feel some type of way, emotionally, just because he's a teen and has hormones that are all over the place and doesn't really know what, you know, is going on in his life because he doesn't have a dad that's never taught him, you know, just certain things and just all of that. So, and maybe Sean kind of like lets it happen because, you know, he wants to take advantage of this kid, you know. I don't think Sean is gay or bi. He just is really dedicated to his job and is willing to do anything and everything to get what he wants. And then Taylor, the son, I imagine he is at least bisexual. He's just still trying to figure that out. I'm doing this really interesting thing with these Moschino couches. I actually really like this. They kind of connect really well in like a modern, different kind of way. I really like that. I just wanted to point that out because I really like it. I put this robot machine out here for the son just so he can gain a little some different skills. I imagine the dad hates that that's out there, but whatever. But yeah, that's kind of their storyline. So the dad is just never around. He's always doing something, you know, and then Taylor's got what he's going on. But yeah, as you can see, the screenshots are rolling. So I will see you all in the next one. I didn't get to say everything I wanted to, and I'm sorry, but yeah, you pretty much know. So I'll see you all later. Bye.